Living alone can be daunting and financially scary. There's no split bills, no one to share the cost, but also no one spending more than they should, except yourself. So how much does it really cost to live by yourself and how to budget? Hi, I'm Eileen. I'm 37, I'm French, and I've lived by myself forever. Welcome to my channel. I will share with you the behind the scenes of my solo life. I'll share the good, the bad, and the ugly choices of my life, but mostly the good ones because I too love living by myself. In today's episode, I want to share my tips and tricks on budgeting when you live alone. This is not financial advice. This is the way I do things. First, you need to know what you spend. As easy and obvious as it is, knowing your spending is the key to controlling your budget. And when you live alone, this budget can be bigger than when you're sharing. I do say can because we tend to think that because we share, we're spending less money. But that's not always the case. Well, you see, when you live with someone, depending on how you split the bills or share the money or not, one can spend more than the other. Or you can just be tempted or influence each other on going more to the restaurant or buying more takeout or buying things that you don't really need. So don't think that living alone is more expensive than living with someone. So 2, list your expenses, all of them. So now you're going to write a list of your monthly bills, what I'll call the basic necessities that you cannot cut off, which is the rent, the electricity, gas, phone, internet, home insurance, pet insurance if you have pets, and more. If for any reason you have contracted a loan for your car, your studies, your home, this is an expense you cannot cut off because the bank won't be happy and we don't want the bank not to be happy, right? Then you're gonna list all your subscriptions and membership. This is what I called what I could cut off, but I can afford. So the streaming platform memberships, the gym memberships, the cinema memberships, whatever, just list that. Then you're going to need your bank statements. And yes, I don't like looking at them, but we need them for the next steps. You're going to look for all your groceries expenses for at least the last 6 months, or you can go up to a year if you want. You're going to add all of them and you're going to divide them by 6 or by 12. And this is going to give you a monthly budget for your groceries. You can do the same for gas for your car. And finally, we have daily expenses. Now, if you think we're done, we are not. I do have my whole list here. So the other thing that we need to talk about seriously is taxes. So I'm not a tax advisor, so I'm not going to give you advice about taxes. What I can tell you is how to anticipate your taxes. It's going to be very different from a country to another, so I don't know how it works everywhere. So the thing is, you can pay once a year or you can pay every month, okay? In both cases, you can have this budget monthly. So you can look at your past taxes and see how much you paid, and if your situation hasn't changed, it should be roughly the same thing. So you can anticipate this amount of money at least. Then I have listed 3 other things, and one might not concern everyone, and it's about pets. Yes, so I talked about pet health insurance. That's something that you need to put in your list, but you can also anticipate some expenses around your pet, like the grooming, for example. You also can think about for other kind of animals. It could be the tank or light, any specific equipment that you might need for your pet. I don't know exactly what you can need because I have 2 cats and they don't need much, just food, water, and the garden and my bed because they don't care about all the stuff that I buy. So I stopped buying because they don't care. So yeah, just think about all the things that your pet need just in case there's a need of replacement or any health emergency that your insurance won't pay for. That would be great to have a small amount every month saved for this kind of stuff. The second one is saving for yourself. You might have equipment breaking down at some point. It could be your fridge, it could be your car, it could be your phone. So if you need to change or to fix any of that and you haven't saved anything and it's quite difficult for you to pay right away, yeah, if you can afford saving money, do it, because it will just save you some time and it will be less stressful. And finally, if possible, obviously, because it depends on how much you earn every month and how much you have to pay, but you deserve vacation. So to go on vacation, that's better to anticipate your expenses. So you can have a vacation saving budget. You choose the amount that you want to save. Okay, depends on you and your destination, what you want to do. You don't have to do that every month. It could be like when you still have a bit of money left, okay, let's put that in the vacation budget. Third part, now it's time to calculate all of that. That's great. We have lists and lists, but what do we do with that? We're going to use them. So there are 3 options. I mean, I see 3, but if you see more, please let me know. You have the very old-fashioned way, which is having a notebook and writing down by hand all your expenses. That is actually pretty efficient. The old-school way, which is using Google Sheets or Excel sheets to do tables and know how much is left at the end of the month and how to budget. I know that not everyone likes to use Google Sheets or Excel sheets to calculate. Most of the time, we just do a table with a list and that's it. I do love using Excel sheets for calculating formulas. So that will be another video. And now the new way, so the third way, is using an app. I know there exists. I've never used one before. I don't know if they are made for me, because you'll see in my example that I don't have just one table. I have multiple tables and they're all connected to each other. So if I change an amount, it changes the whole thing. So I don't know how the apps work. So I've never tried them before, but I use Excel sheet and I'll pay anyway. So I better use Excel. So you might think that after anticipating so many expenses, you don't have money anymore to enjoy life. Well, depending on your earnings, you might have more or less money left at the end of the month to enjoy life. But I'm not telling you not to live either. I'm telling you to be cautious so you don't have to sacrifice and struggle in case of emergency. Also, by budgeting like that, you can see what you can truly afford. Can you truly afford buying the €6, dollars, pounds matcha latte every single morning before going to work, which is at the end of the year €1,440, dollars, or pounds? So you might think that, yeah, that could be great in my vacation budget. So what should I do? Should I keep buying matcha lattes, or should I buy some from time to time and keep the rest of the money to put in my vacation budget? So yeah, that might help you make some decisions. But do whatever you want to do. I'm not here to judge. I won't know it anyway, and I do not love matcha anyway, so it's up to you. But there is one problematic that I'm facing myself, even though I have a full-time job, is that I cannot afford housing. So if it's the first video you see on my channel, quick story, I do have a full-time job, but because I'm paid minimum wage, it's almost impossible for me to find a decent apartment to rent with the amount of money that I earn every month. And I made a whole video about that. So you can go check it if you want. And I also know that I'm not the only one in this situation. If I have forgotten things, please let me know in the comments so everyone can know about them, because these are the ideas that I had when writing this video, while recording this video, but I might have forgotten many other things, or maybe there are things that I do not pay, but you pay, and you're just like, hey, what about this? Please let us know in the comments. And if this video was useful to you, consider giving a thumbs up or maybe subscribing to the channel. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye-bye.